Hey guys, welcome to another video. I'm Dave Shaves. Welcome to day 2 of Gillette Heritage Week. For those that did not see yesterday's video, I'm doing a series of videos this week revolving around the Gillette Heritage Razor. Basically, earlier this week, across all my social media, I posted that I was not a fan of the razor, and I got a lot of pushback. So I decided to do a week's worth of shaving using just the Gillette Heritage. Now I'm going to be switching blades, going to be switching soaps, and going to be switching aftershaves just to see what combination works best for me, to see if A, the razor is as good as everybody says, or B, at the end, I'm not a fan of it. So that is what I am doing. So there's going to be more videos than usual, so I apologize, but you have to look at this ugly mug a few more times till we get to the end. But bear with me. So what we're going to do now is just going to go ahead and get started, and we will see how this goes. But before we do that, let's go ahead and go over the hardware. So, obviously, we got the Gillette Heritage Razor. With that today, I am pairing it with a Gillette Platinum blade. These are the blades that came with the razor, so I figured I would go ahead and give it a try. Along with that, I will be using my second favorite soap, which is the Captain's Choice 45th Parallel. It was my favorite soap until I discovered the Parasso Menthol and Eucalyptus. That quickly became my favorite. At the end, we're going to be finishing off with Nivea Men's Cooling Post-Shave Balm for sensitive skin. Also, lathering up today will be my synthetic shave brush. No real brand, just a generic synthetic shave brush. So that is what we are using today. Without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and splash some water on my face and we will get this party started. All right. Also, just curious what everybody has been doing during this lockdown period. I know it's pretty much worldwide, so just curious how you've been keeping yourself busy. I know we're in, what, year 500 at this point of this lockdown? I think it's about there. So for the past 500 years, I've been home, it feels like. No, but basically, to counteract my boredom, I've just been throwing myself into my shaving, which is where this YouTube channel came from, where my Instagram came from, and where everything basically got its start here. I just decided that wet shaving has been a passion of mine for about 3 years, and the passion is growing. And I just thought I would see what I could grow it into. Right now, I'm at somewhere around 250 followers on Instagram. Not bad, considering I only really started this maybe 3 weeks ago. Before that, my Instagram was just generic pictures of random stuff. And then my YouTube channel currently has 70 subscribers, so I'm quickly approaching the 100 mark, which is great. I'd really like to see where this channel can go. But what is everybody else doing? What do you guys do to keep yourself busy? Let's go ahead and put some more water on this. It's very dry lather. Smooth it out a little bit. There we go. What other hobbies do you guys have aside from watching me shave for some reason? Sometimes I find it odd that I enjoy spending my free time watching other men shave or having people watch me shave. It's kind of a weird pastime if you actually think about it. So my recommendation is don't think about it. But What else do you guys do? I watch a lot of movies, watch a lot of TV shows, and I work a lot. So right now we're doing pass 1, which everybody that knows that it is a with the grain pass. I'm not really sure how the blade's doing yet, but what I can tell you is I kind of like the feel of it. It doesn't feel super aggressive. Sometimes I like a more aggressive razor, but I don't want it to feel super aggressive. I want it to be aggressive but feel smooth. So far, this razor with this blade combination seems to be accomplishing that. Let's rinse this off. Go over the bottom. Very dry lather. I do not think I added quite enough water, but that's okay. All right, so after the first pass, still a decent amount of stubble on the neck, but really mainly just in the center, which to be fair is my problem area anyway. I have a hard time getting this until I go through all my passes. The top, on the other hand, feels a lot smoother. So far, the Gillette Platinum blade in the Gillette Heritage razor seems to be doing a lot better than the Voskhod did, which surprises me. For those that have been watching my videos since the beginning, you know that Voskhod is my go-to blade on most razors. So I'm surprised, pleasantly surprised, but surprised. All right, let's go ahead and splash some water on my face with the razor rinsed out. Nice and got the beard nice and moist. Let's go ahead and add some more water to the brush a little bit. And there we go. That's much better. There we go. All right. All right. So like I said, going back to how I'm doing, we are sitting around 70-ish subscribers. I would like to try to break the 100 here soon, so if you're watching this video and you haven't yet, please hit that subscribe button. And as I always say, if you like this video, hit that like button and give me a comment below. I appreciate hearing from everybody. I've been getting a lot of comments recently, people that really seem to be enjoying my videos. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get better angles. Is this angle better for you guys? Comment below. People have been telling me that they'd like to get an angle where they can actually see me shave. So I'm hoping this is a little bit better for you guys. You know, I gotta say, the thing I really don't like about this, about my synthetic brush and why I prefer my particular boar's hair and badger hair brush is because this brush, this synthetic brush, which to be fair, is really cheap, it sheds. And that's not something I've typically heard about synthetic brushes. At least I don't think. I thought it was boar's hair or badger that typically shed. But this particular brush sheds a lot. Okay, so after pass 2, much better than the Voskhod, still not the closest of shaves. I'm going to have to go with a more aggressive blade, I think. But let's see what pass 3 does, because really when I feel it the most is when I go across the grain on my neck here like this. That's when I feel it. So that might just be me needing to go in for pass 3. I know a lot of times with certain razors, I can just do pass 2, and pass 3 is just basically because I want to, not need to. So this might just be a razor where I always have to do the full 3 passes. But let's find out. I got a lot of people after yesterday's video finally commented on my shirts. I have a lot of fun with it. I have a lot of graphic tees. I don't wear them a lot anymore. So basically I've been pulling them out really just for these videos, honestly. I love them, don't get me wrong. But at 37 years old, sometimes you get some weird looks when you go out in public wearing graphic tees. I still do it, but not as much as I used to. I think that's just because my tastes have become more professional almost. Probably because of working in insurance for the past 5 years. So, and it could just be getting older. But I do still love these graphic tees, and I hope you guys are getting as much amusement out of them as I have been out of wearing them. Okay. I think we're good there. I'll know more after I rinse off. So let's go ahead and get everything rinsed off and see how everything goes. Start by rinsing off and now taking apart my razor. For those that aren't super familiar with the Gillette Heritage, it is a 2-piece razor, or a 3-piece razor, I'm sorry. It is a 3-piece razor. There's the base plate, the little head, and the handle. And the blade just sort of fits right on top of the head plate, or underneath the head plate as it is. Got that out, let's go ahead and rinse off the blade. Dry off my blade a little bit. Just taking a towel, drying off there. Dry off my razor, and I'm actually gonna take one of my hand towels. Let's dry them off. And also kind of polish it a little bit because these things are fingerprint magnets. They just get fingerprints all up on them. Once it's dry, just put the razor back together. Put it back in its stand till tomorrow. Rinse out my soap. And basically, I leave the top off the soap for an hour or a couple hours just for the soap to dry. And then I put it back on, and I usually put it back in my drawer here. For those of you that have seen my shave den tour, you know the drawer of which I speak. If you haven't seen the shave den tour, I will go ahead and put a link to it at the end of this video, so you can go ahead and click on it. Let's go ahead and rinse off the brush. Okay. Got my brush shaved off, and now I'm drying off the brush just as if I'm lathering it. The reason I'm really doing everything in front of the camera is because a friend of mine actually pointed out that he thinks it would have been nicer if he can actually see me drying off the brush and doing all this stuff. So there we go. Got this nice and dryish. Hang it upside down on its base to let it drip dry the rest of the way. Splash some water on my face to clean everything off. Okay. So, here's what I can tell you. First of all, much better than a Voskhod blade. Give it props for that. Still not the closest of shaves. Not as close as when I've used that Gillette Platinum blade in my vintage Gillette Slim Adjustable. But to be fair, I have that dialed up to a more aggressive setting. However, I have also used the Gillette Platinum in my Macore, and again, the blade just does better in the Macore. Maybe, again, I don't have any frame of reference for the, what I'm told is the basis for this razor, which is the Edwin Jagger DE89. I've never used it. Maybe that's just a slightly less aggressive razor than the Macore 34C. I thought that they were very similar. I'd been told they were very similar, but maybe my Macore is just a little bit more aggressive. Maybe that's why blades like this just do a little bit better in that razor. Now, that being said, it is significantly smoother than a Voskhod was on my skin. Smoothness, I don't really recall being an issue yesterday, but it does actually feel smoother than I would have thought, so that's good, regardless of how smooth I thought the Voskhod was. Closeness of shave, not the closest, as I already said a couple minutes ago, but better. So I think this razor, if you use a more aggressive blade, will do just fine. Now, there's no alcohol in this, and I really want to get some alcohol on my skin so I can really get a nice feel for how it did smooth-wise to see if there's any burning. So I'm going to let the balm dry a little bit, and then I'm going to put a little tiny bit of my grandfather's Adidas Moves aftershave that I used in the tribute shave, because it is, as far as I'm aware, the highest alcohol base. So let's go ahead and just splash a little bit on. Okay. A little bit of burning. Not bad. Not bad. Overall, I would say that we're getting better. I would say that the Gillette Platinum blades definitely did better than a Voskhod. And we will see what the more aggressive blades do from here. It was recommended that I try the Astra. I think that may have been a joke, but I actually might. I don't think I'll do it tomorrow. I may actually give myself a couple of days worth of growth because I really want to see how it does, truth be told. So what I might do is wait a day or so before my next shave. I don't know. I'll see how I feel tomorrow. But I think I'm going to go with maybe the Persona Blue tomorrow and see how that does, because that was recommended as a good blade for this razor. So we'll see. But until then, I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay happy, stay healthy. I'll see you on the next video. Have a great day.